Hello and welcome back to JankTech. It's my series on Star Wars Unlimited with a focus on Twin Suns, other alternate formats. Did you see that Jar Jar video that I put out earlier this month? Whew, that's an alternate format if I ever saw one. Nothing sweaty, nothing meta, just good old fashioned, oh, what if this card and this card lined up and then we all of a sudden got something super cool. That's what we do here. That's what we love. And if I look like I'm wearing something similar, it's because, well, first off, please like and subscribe, like Bova says. Yes, please. Yeah, it's because I just recorded 2 videos back to back because, I have a cat on my lap, y'all. What am I going to do? Like, move? Like, we don't do that. No, like, the cat is the one that we have to appease here. So, being that, I had a few ready to go, and this deck here is also in the Unlimited Power video that I collaborated with Unlimited Power with. I felt it was incumbent upon me to get this video out as well. So before we get it started, I would just like to shout out my 2 favorite Discords, swupdx, a Pacific Northwest area Discord for all of your Star Wars discussion, previews, scheduling, spoilers, needs, etc., etc. And the Nightsisters Discord, a friendly place for women into Star Wars because, like, it's nice to have our own space for CCG stuff. And speaking of swupdx, like I said, I did a video. I did a few videos where I played some Twin Suns with D-Rod from Unlimited Power, another local Star Wars Unlimited content creator. And we went back, we did commentary over them. Those were a lot of fun. So I'm not sure exactly what his release schedule is going to be for those, but I guarantee you at least one's going to be out by the time I finish this because, I'm going to go at a slightly slower pace. But in any case, this is a deck that was in one of his videos. I will have the link down below so you can check that out. This is JankTech, Defenders of the Universe, like Voltron, because it's got Chirrut and Obi-Wan, and we want to just pile a bunch of stuff on Chirrut because that's what you do with Chirrut, okay? Like, you pile stuff on him. So who are the leaders here? What are we doing? Why does this deck even exist? These are old leaders. Like what? Spark of the Rebellion? Twilight or the Republic? Where's all the new cool stuff? Well, the reason I paired these leaders together is because in A Lawless Time, we got a new Chirrut unit and we got a new Baze Malbus unit. They are obviously supposed to go with each other, but they don't come out until later. And they require things to get healing and just in general stay alive. So I was like, okay, I want to use these in a deck. These are too cool to not use. So what do we use with them? I think these are the leaders to do that with. Definitely Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan has his normal ability to heal damage from a unit. And after he deploys, he is a 4/7 sentinel. On attack, heal 1 damage from a unit. If you do, deal 1 damage to a different unit. So that helps us set up our Chirrut and Baze plays later on. And if we don't get those, it's okay. There's still plenty going on with this deck that's fun. It's a nice plus if you can get one or both of them. And then, of course, we've got Chirrut, one of the coolest, weirdest leaders from the first set. Action, give a unit +0/+2 for this phase. Works good with Obi-Wan because if something takes a bunch of damage, we have a lot of sentinels in this deck. You can make its butt just a little bit bigger, maybe take a little bit more than it would have been able to, and then heal it with Obi-Wan's ability. And then he deploys at 5. He is a Force and a Rebel unit. Force is really the trait that we care about in this deck. As a 3/5, not particularly impressive, but during the action phase, this unit is not defeated by having no remaining HP. Once you get to the regroup phase, if he doesn't have remaining HP, you do defeat him. So this is like, it makes interesting reactions with the debuff things like Talzin. Let's not worry about that just for now. So basically what we're saying with Chirrut, unless someone plays Rival's Fall on him or does so much damage that you can't heal it, then he's going to stick around. And so the reason that this is called Defenders of the Universe is because we are going to Voltron the ever-living cuss out of Chirrut. Yeah, I said cuss, okay? Like, I still keep my Star Wars stuff, like, family friendly. Yeah, we're just got a lot of upgrades in here. There's not very much removal. We are other people's problem, okay? Like, we're gonna, like, kind of be a little under the radar, maybe save Chirrut's deploy until he's a little bit more like set up with some cards in your hand. And then it's just like, I'm going to put a lightsaber on Chirrut. I'll put another lightsaber on Chirrut. Why not? We're running it with Masasi Temple, just standard red 30 health base. So yeah, we got double blue and all the stuff that double blue gives us access to. Oh, cat. Okay. All right. We're still fine. We're still fine. We're still recording. Cat did not sabotage. I know. You're a good little girl. Anyways, let's get on with the deck. We got 38 ground units. We got 16 space units. We got a few events, and we got a whole butt ton of upgrades. So I'm excited to get into this one. 2-1B surgical droid. There's going to be a lot of healers in here. 2-1B says on attack, you may heal 2 damage from another unit. Awesome. We're going to have a lot of units that want to get healed. Astromech Pilot, a 1-3 for 1 or piloting 2. When played as an upgrade, you may heal 2 damage from a unit and +1/+3. B2 Emo, that's 2 lives. I just call this guy BMO because, I don't know, I like Adventure Time. 0-4 with Restore 1. On attack, you may disclose Heroism ×2. If you do, give a unit Sentinel for this phase. So we get to Sentinel things up. We get some Restore. We get something with a decent sized butt for 1 that we can start stacking upgrades on. Oh, yeah. Barriss Offie. Oh, yeah. It's before she became evil. She's a 1-1. Each friendly unit that was healed this phase gets +1/+0. So it's an ability that's not useful in most decks, but when Obi-Wan starts healing things and buffing them, especially Chirrut, then, you know, getting that extra little bit of juice is great. Of course, we got to keep her alive, but just play a lightsaber on her, play mastery on her, play something, make her big. It's fine. Or just hide her behind a sentinel. Populist Advisor can become a sentinel. 1-4 for 1. When an enemy unit deals combat damage to your base, this unit gains sentinel for this phase. Boom. We love that. We love locking stuff down. Refugee of the Path, 0-3. When played, you may give a shield token to a unit with Sentinel. This is awesome with Obi-Wan. This is great if we can make Chirrut into a Sentinel. And it's great on many of the other Sentinel-related cards that you're going to see in here. Academy Graduate, it's a 1-2 Sentinel, or as a pilot 2 to make something a Sentinel and +1/+2. Bodhi Rook, creating a diversion, that's a 2-4. On attack, you may give a friendly rebel unit Sentinel for this phase. Chirrut's a rebel, not just a force unit. I was, the old fake out. Okay, we do actually care about Chirrut being a rebel because Bodhi can make him a Sentinel. Chirrut can absorb a ton of damage and hopefully live to tell the tale. Geofane, 2-4. On attack, you may choose 2 players. If you do, they each draw a card. You want to be one of those players. Drawing cards is great in this deck because it gives you more upgrades to stack on your stuff. It gives you more sentinels to prevent people from getting in. Grief Karga. Yes, we're playing Grief Karga in here. 2-2 for 2. When played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an upgrade, reveal it, and draw it. Easy. Like, I'll drink to that, Grief Karga. Yes, please. Guardian of the Wills. You got to have Guardian of the Wills in an upgrade heavy deck because it is cheaper to play upgrades on them. We love that. First upgrade, 1 less. Awesome. Kashyyyk Defender, 0-5 with grit. When played, heal up to 2 damage from another unit and deal that much damage to this unit. Not a good turn 1 play. This is great to play once a sentinel has taken some damage. You use the Kashyyyk Defender, take that damage off of it. Maybe you use it to heal Chirrut. Maybe you use Obi-Wan in the same turn. That's healing 3 damage off of Chirrut, keeping him alive to strike another day. Lobot. We love Lobot. We stick Lobot in every blue deck from now on, basically. Like, yes. One of the cards from Secrets of Power that I think is just such a staple card in this format. 0/4 Sentinel with Grit. In the game that we played with this deck, the player that played Lobot made him absolutely ridiculous to deal with. I hope that y'all check that out because it was very cool to see what happens when Lobot gets a little bit of attention paid to him. Loath Wolf, big sentinel, can't attack, but whatever, like it's going to keep damage from coming your way on the ground. Outspoken Representative, while you control another Republic unit, this gains Sentinel. When defeated, create a clone trooper. Obi-Wan Kenobi is a Republic unit. There's a few other ones in here. So like this conditional Sentinel can still end up being a Sentinel a good bit of the time. Bith Brute, it's another Sentinel, 4/3, and a Saboteur. Check him out. He looks like a rough and tumble dude that wants to put some quarters in the jukebox and play some, like, I don't know, Steppenwolf. He looks like he listens to Steppenwolf. I'm sorry for talking about all this boomer music in both of these videos, y'all. Like, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. We don't have to talk about Steppenwolf anymore. Captain Typho, protecting the Senator. It's a 2/4. When played and on attack, give a unit Sentinel for this phase. Awesome. That could even be himself. But, like, I really like giving Sentinel to Chirrut when we absolutely have to. Grogu, Mysterious Child, the Turd King himself. 1/6, hidden. Action, exhaust him, heal up to 2 damage from a unit. If you do, deal that much damage to a unit. We love that. We take that off of our Sentinels. We put it on opponent stuff. It can take damage from ground and put it into space. Grogu's awesome. This card rules. Yeah, of course, Ogdo Bogdo. All right, like if you can make Ogdo Bogdo a Sentinel, that's awesome. Once Obi-Wan deploys, Obi-Wan can take a damage on something and put it onto Ogdo Bogdo, so Ogdo Bogdo can then attack. It's just so fun saying the name Ogdo Bogdo. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. So this is a neat one because our leaders have a built-in ability to put damage on it. I mean, it's not as good as like using one of the many pinging Vaders or the Asajj Pilot or something. Dude, I need to put Ogdo Bogdo in an Asajj Pilot deck. I've been wanting to rebuild her recently. In any case, Ogdo Bogdo can be made to be able to attack just fine in here, and we like that quite a bit. Stalwart Fleet Trooper, it's a 3/3 Sentinel. You're starting to see there's a lot of Sentinels in here. Trace Martez, I really like Trace Martez. I like a deck that I can put her in. She's a 2/5, but when she's piloting something, she adds +1/+2. She only costs 1 to stick on a vehicle, which is great. Attached unit gains on attack. You may heal 2 damage from any number of units. Heck yeah. Like, that isn't just the same unit. You can spread it out a little bit. So, like, it gives you a little flexibility if your stuff gets damaged or if somebody got cute with an IG 2000 or something. Which, by the way, not banned in Twin Suns. Sorry, Eternal players. We can still play whatever we want. You guys don't get, what is it? War Juggernaut? Is that the other card that got banned in Eternal? Anyway, we got Baze Malbus from Sparker Rebellion. 2/5 with Grit. Initiative gives him Sentinel. So conditional Sentinel, but still, he's a big chonkus boy. That Grit can get gritted up real easily. Duchess's Champion, while an opponent controls 3 or more units, that's going to happen in Twin Suns. This unit gains Sentinel. Since we're playing double blue, we're only paying 4 for it. And this thing is just huge. Like, the butt on this guy is so big. Oh my gosh, y'all. Like, nobody's punching through those cheeks. Holy moly. Doom. 2/7 when the regroup phase starts. Give an experience token to each other friendly non-vehicle unit. That's going to be most of our stuff. Given an experience to Chirrut feels good. Given an experience to Obi-Wan feels good. Ogdo Bogdo likes it a whole lot. Like, Doom's ability to just hand out experiences, it's so good. And like it makes it harder for people to kill our guys. It makes it so we get a little bit more cushion, like with using Chirrut's ability and being able to use Obi-Wan to heal things. It's just great. Doom is great here. Nema Outpost Constables, that's a 2/6 Sentinel, giant butt we're not doing a ton of damage with most of our guys. We are just like big damage sponges in this deck. Rotunda Senate Guards, that's a 4/5 sentinel as long as it's undamaged, but we've got a lot of cards that will heal it, so we can potentially keep it a sentinel. Lando Calrissian, Eyes Open. Oh my gosh, this Lando is so good. One of my games with unlimited power, D-Rod unfortunately had a Lando. I mean, fortunately for him, and I did some really questionable maneuvers around that Lando, and I think it definitely cost me the game there, because you just can't get rid of this Lando. Like, that debuff is so good. Oh my goodness. Nalase, 4/7 on attack. You may disclose 2 blue. If you do, heal up to 4 damage from among other units. You can see in this deck, we've got a lot of blue in here. I think we're going to get Nalase just fine. We love the heals. Nalase is great, and she like hits pretty hard too. Rey, keeping the past. We don't care about the Kylo Ren part. There's no Kylo in here. On attack, you may heal 2 damage from a unit. If it's a non-heroism unit, give a shield token to it. I mean, we got a lot of heroism units, but we got a decent amount that aren't. So I think Rey is kind of like a decent card in this deck. This is one of those legendaries that I feel like kind of like never really took off, you know? Like, I mean, she's fine, but I don't know. I think she's neat. I have a hyperspace version of this card, and it looks real cool. That's what I got to say about that. Zabarelios, he's a sentinel. He's going to deal 3 damage to something when he comes into play, because we do not have either of those colors in this deck. This is something that he could possibly be taken out, but I still think he's decent to have in, even if we're not getting quite the same amount of damage in there. Bendu, the one in the middle, 4/7 sentinel. On attack, the next non-heroism, non-villainy card you play as phase costs 2 less. So we've got a decent amount of them. I mean, like, as we get into a lot of our space units, most of our events, a lot of our upgrades. So Bendu gives us discounts on a lot of things. Captain Rex, 7/7 when played, when it completes an attack, give this unit and an enemy unit Sentinel for this phase. Maybe y'all are seeing a pattern. This is like all Sentinels all the time deck. We're really trying to keep people from getting to base until we can play these bigger things late and stack a bunch of upgrades on Chirrut and like one-shot somebody. Cargo Juggernaut, 4/6 shielded when played. If you control another vigilance unit, which you probably will, heal 4 damage from your base. Love it. And, you know, like, we could put one of the pilots on it from earlier. There he is. There's the Chirrut that doesn't need luck. 8/6 Saboteur. When attack ends, if this unit dealt combat damage to a base, you may heal 4 damage from another unit. So that keeps your Chirrut leader alive. That keeps Obi-Wan alive. So many good things. Gentle Giant. Oh, this is a cool one. 2/8 Grit. On attack, you may heal damage from another unit equal to the damage on this unit. So if you get a few swings on Gentle Giant, then it's going to turn into a big healing machine. We love that. Mando, wherever I go, he goes. 5/6 Sentinel. When played, you may heal all damage from a unit that costs 2 or less and give 2 shield tokens to it. We love that. We've got a bunch of things that are Sentinels in the 2 or less category, and we'd love to shield those up too. And it's the new Baze Malbus, 6/8 Sentinel. When 1 or more damage is healed from this unit, you may deal that much damage to a unit. So yeah, if we get to a point where Baze is going to start absorbing some damage, because we're going to be kind of delaying with this deck, you know, like, we are not playing the win early, go home tactics. We are like trying to get to this late game with our big beefy guys. So hopefully we will be able to, I mean, if nothing else, use Obi-Wan to transfer some damage. And of course, Luke. I mean, come on, y'all. It's a blue heroism force deck. We're putting Luke in here. I'm sorry. Our stuff's going to die. We're going to have Sentinels. People are going to be like, someone's got to do something about this player with the Sentinels that have the upgrades on them. So at least Luke will be able to debuff something to death. We got some space units. It's the Alkenzi Patroller. I said this in my last video. Like, I feel like this is just going to go in every Vigilance Twin Suns deck forever at this point. Like, it's just good. It's just like a good first turn 2/1 Sentinel with good artwork. Padawan Starfighter. Well, you control Force unit or Force upgrade. This unit gets +1/+1. Both of our leaders are Force. We got a lot of Force stuff in here. So yeah, it's a pretty solid one. Restored Arc. Helps us get to the late game. Does 2 damage. Restores 1. It's a staple from Spark Rebellion. Then it's like, it still feels good putting this in a deck. Honestly, I should send away for Hyperspace 1. Just like 1 Hyperspace for Twin Suns deck. Rickety Quad Jumper. Ugh. Yes, I'm giving this a chance to disappoint me yet again. I love this card. Oh my gosh. I want Rickety Quad Jumper to be good. It has disappointed me so many times. I still believe that it can do something because I feel like whenever I use its on attack ability, I reveal the top card of my deck and it's not a unit, I basically win the game. I won the game even if I lose the everything else. If I can get an experience from Rickety Quad Jumper, I am like the greatest Star Wars Unlimited player that's ever lived. The Silver Angel, when it's a 2/3 space unit, I think it's Trace's ship. When 1 or more damage is healed from this unit, you may deal 1 damage to a space unit. So this goes great with Obi-Wan's ability. Obviously, if we have Trace Martez on this and we're like tanking some damage, that's good. So yeah, definitely a cool little combo. Supporting ETA 2/2 on attack. You may give a ground unit +2/+0 for this phase. That's awesome. We want to make sure it's stronger. We want to make all of our like weak little baby sentinels stronger. Love it. Concord Dawn Interceptors, such a good sentinel. Again, this is one I should get a hyperspace of just because it's like I'm always gonna want to have it in a blue heroism deck. Defense Fleet X-Wing. It's like a not as good version of Concord Dawn Interceptors, but whatever. You know, it's like, it still takes a lot of damage. It's still a Sentinel. We like having them both. Omicron Strikecraft. It's another Sentinel. Yeah, I know. Sentinel. Sabine's Masterpiece. So this one will potentially be healing damage from a base, ideally ours. And possibly dealing a damage to a unit or base because we only have vigilance and aggression in this deck. Still a great card. Honestly, like kind of worth it just as like a 3/3 restore 2. Medical Frigate 3/6, that butt. Oh my gosh. On attack, you may heal 2 damage from another unit. Real good. Like we'll have this out in time for Chirrut. Graceful Purgle. It's another Sentinel with a big butt. It's not a vehicle, so you can put a lightsaber on it. Yes, please. Obi-Wan's Aether Sprite. It's like it's meant to go with Obi-Wan. 4/6 for 5. This is a great card for an uncommon. When played and on attack, you may deal 1 damage to this unit and 2 damage to another space unit. This is great at just like cleaning up space a little bit. There's some other stuff in here that are going to help with the Aether Sprite doing that. So this can be like a really good space unit for you to maybe put an upgrade on. CR90 Relief Runner, 4/6 restore 2 when defeated, heal up to 3 damage from a unit or base. Probably going to use it on your base, but you know, if we need to use it to keep Chirrut alive for 1 more round, also good. The Tanti VVVVIV. I know I can never get the name right. I'm just going to keep calling it that. This is the new one from Lawless Time. 5/8, restore 2 for 7 when played. If a friendly unit was defeated this phase, heal 4 damage from your base. It's likely that most of the time this is going to mess with endgame math, and that's going to be it. But if you go to the 8 resource turn, then it can be useful in getting some restore and just being a big old button space. And of course, the redemption, like, come on. Of course, we got the redemption in here. 6/9 Sentinel. When played, heal up to 8 total damage from any number of units and or bases. Deal that much damage to this unit. So, yeah, it's a big old wall in space. And also, it keeps our ground sentinels alive even longer. We got some events. We don't have too many events in here. The ones that are in, I think, are pretty fun. Covert Strength. Heal 2 damage from a unit and give an experience token to it. It costs 1 to play it normally, 3 to smuggle it. I think it is Totally worth it in either case for when you need it, just to get those heals and experience. Desperate attack, we're going to have damaged units. Attack with a damaged unit gets +2, +0 for this attack. I have the high ground. Oh my gosh, y'all. I actually got to play this on Obi-Wan a few days before I recorded this. And I was like the movie. Like, I get way too much of a thrill of playing these like super thematic cards. Anyway, I have the high ground. Choose a friendly unit. Each enemy unit gets -4, -0 while attacking that unit this phase. Yeah, you stick that on a chunky sentinel, and like no one's gonna want to mess with it because they're not gonna be able to do anything to it. Heck yeah. Repair, heal 3 damage from a unit or base. Easy. We need to repair stuff. Scour the archives. Search the top 8 cards of your deck for an upgrade. Reveal it and draw it. Easy. Like, that gets us one of our many upgrades that are going to be super useful in this deck. Calm in the Storm. Exhaust a friendly unit. If you do, give a shield token and 2 experience tokens to it. That is just huge. It's not the worst thing to do on Chirrut's deploy turn either, to just get him all like ready to go for next round, because then he's a 5/7 with a shield. Ugh. Grim Resolve, attack with a non-leader unit. It gains grit for this attack. Awesome. Like, we're going to have plenty of other big-butted, low-powered guys taking damage, and this is going to juice them up a lot. Midnight Repairs. Hey, it's that double blue card from Shadows that no one uses. Heal up to 8 total damage from any number of units. Great. This is going to get Chirrut back in the game if someone did like a ton of damage to him and thought he was going to die. Bloodsport. Deal 2 damage to each ground unit. That's fine. Like, you know, between our guys with grit, our big-butted sentinels, and our prodigious healing, like, this is great. Like, we use this, we hurt everything, and our stuff stays alive. Evidence of the crime. Take control of an upgrade that costs 3 or less and attach it to an eligible unit of your choice. Awesome. We just steal another upgrade and put it on Chirrut. You know, like, that's probably going to be the case. Love this card so much. And Vigilance. You know, we're playing double blue. We got to have Vigilance. It's super useful. It gives us, I don't think the discarding cards from someone else's deck is that useful, but healing is good. Defeating a unit with 3 or less remaining HP is good. Give a shield token to a unit. All these things are good. I would probably be doing the heal damage and give a shield token most of the time in this deck because we just want to keep our base alive. We want to keep us alive. You'll notice there's like no removal in this deck. I think that's a very intentional thing with this. Like, yeah, like I could put Takedown and Fell the Dragon and any number of the other ones in there. I think this deck is more interesting to say, I'm not going to worry about playing upgrades. I'm just going to have big dudes that you have to decide if you want to waste your removal on them and just be like, I just got weak guys. I'm a weak little baby. You got to deal with the other player's threats because none of mine are threats. And then infighting, ... profit. Big chonkus is late in the game when everyone else has kind of like fought with each other for a while. Anyway, we got a ton of upgrades. This is the real fun part of this deck. Bolstered Endurance attached to a Force unit. Both our leaders are Force units, so giving either of them +1, +3 is awesome. Just bolster them butts. Infiltrator's Skill attached unit gains Saboteur and +1/+1. Also awesome. Like, getting past other people's sentinels, super useful. Jedi Holocron. Okay, so we got a cool Bith. Y'all know how I feel about Biths at this point. And if you don't, I highly recommend checking out my Metatech video with my little Bith music video in the beginning of it. Anyway, attached to a Force unit, attached unit gains. On attack, you may heal 3 damage from another unit. Yeah, you put this on either one of the leaders and they just start complementing each other. You get this on Chirrut. He's a 4/6. He will heal all the damage that's going on to Obi-Wan, who has been sentinelized, and then Obi-Wan can heal a little bit more damage from himself and put it on something else. I think this is a good card. in this deck. This is one of those cards. I don't know if it got like any play in Premiere, but I think as a Twin Suns card and kind of like in Limited, I feel like it would have been good too. I mean, obviously nobody's doing Legends of the Force Limited right now. I like it in this deck a lot. I think getting that healing is great. Protector, it's double blue. It gets +1/+1 and attached unit gains Sentinel. And it's got a picture of Chirrut on there. Like, you know, everything is something that we want. We like all these things. Resilient. You pay 1 to give something a 3 size bigger butt. Love it. Chirrut loves that. Obi-Wan loves that. Armor of Fortune, you pay 2 to plot out a +3 bigger butt. Everyone loves Everyone loves this. We got bigger butts out the butt in this deck. Oh my gosh. Diplomatic Immunity. This is a card from Secrets of Power that I really, really like, that I feel like you don't get a chance to play that much. In this deck, there's enough heroism and enough vigilance that I think you can actually meet the requirements of the disclose. Like, because you got to do 2 of each of those. But if you do, you debuff the attacker -2, -0. And you stick this on a sentinel. Your unit gets +2/+2. It's like, it's awesome. Like having diplomatic immunity, maybe it's like real life. It's hard to get. But when you get it, you are just like, you're sitting pretty unless someone tries to remove you. And that's why you stick it on Chirrut. Same thing, Electrostaff. Gosh, could you imagine putting diplomatic immunity and Electrostaff on a chunky sentinel? That's just asking for like a board wipe. The difference is you can put diplomatic immunity on a vehicle. Electrostaff, you can't. It just debuffs and attached. It debuffs the attacker -1, -0. Heirloom Lightsaber, attached to a non-vehicle unit. If attached unit is a force unit, it gains restore 1 and +2/+2. I think that is ideal for 2 resources. Constructed Lightsaber, attached to a force unit. If it is a heroism unit, it gains restore 2. If it's neither, it gains Sentinel and +2/+3. I love this card. I think it's still good. I have no idea if it's still as Mondo expensive as it used to be. Oh, holy moly. It's still an expensive card. Okay, well, you know, if you don't have the budget for that card, then just put in like Luke's lightsaber. It'll be fine. Wow, it's still expensive. Okay. Size matters not. Oh my God, I love this card so much. If you control a force unit, this costs 1 less to play. So chances are you'll be able to play it for 2. Attached units, printed power is considered to be 5. Its printed HP is considered to be 5. This is a really fun one to stick on some of your little guys. Refugee of the Path, Populist Advisor, B2 Emo, Barris, like all Guardian of the Wills. Like Guardian of the Wills, you can play that card for 1 and you give it a +3/+3. Yeah, that's so good. Or, you know, you put it on Alkenzi Patroller. You put it on the Padawan Starfighter. I love it. I love it. I love this card. I'm so happy that it's in here. Double blue, baby. Oh, yeah. Sudden Ferocity. Of course, we got to have Sudden Ferocity. You plot it in. You make Chirrut into a 6/5. Veiled Strength. I wish this could go on to leaders. I understand that, like, leaders usually have big enough butts, but to make this untenable, still, you give something grit for 3. And given how big butts are in this deck, I think that's real good. Like, you stick this on, I don't know, a Purgle. You stick it on Baze. You stick it on Rex. You stick it on Bendu. Like, there's so many good units. Like, the Nema Constables, the Duchess's Champion. Like, yeah. Like, there's so many big butts that want Veiled Strength. Staccato Lightning Repeater. I love the quotes. It's interesting that this is not a unique card, even though it's got like the quotes in there. I don't know. Like, y'all know more about Star Wars lore than me. So you could probably be like, well, yeah, that's just like a specific like model name or whatever. It's fine. It's Baze's gun, okay? Like, that's the important thing. We want to give Baze his gun. When are we getting a Baze leader, y'all? It's going to happen at some point. Anyway, attached to a non-vehicle unit. When played, deal 1 damage to each of up to 3 different ground units. That's fun. You spread a bunch of love around. You put that on a Purgle. and you just shoot from space. And it's a +3/+1. Like, yeah, what a cool gun. And Mastery. Like, yeah. Mastery is great. Like, I think this was a card that we all kind of like saw when it was spoiled. And it was like, whatever, dude. That card's like fine or whatever. Literally unplayable. Like we've all seen, Mastery is great. Like, you stick Mastery on something and someone's going to be like, oh no, now we have to deal with that thing. Like, you put Mastery on Chirrut, he's now a 6/8 that you have a hard time killing. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So yeah, that's my JankTech Defenders of the Universe deck. What do you think about this one? Would y'all play this? Would you make like certain substitutions in it? Like I keep thinking, yeah, I keep thinking my hair is in my face. I'm like, oh, well, I need like the Force is with me in this one. I need the Obi-Wan 6-cost Sentinel from Spark of Rebellion. Like, there's all kinds of cool things that you could put in this deck. So if any of y'all make it, I'd love to know what substitutions you made. But I think this is a cool combo. Like, I like getting to enable these leaders. I like the way the new cards synergize with them. And I think that's like a really cool thing about playing this format and not being beholden to rotation, is that like let's visit some of these old leaders, you know? Let's see what Chirrut and Obi-Wan from Twilight are up to. Like, we don't just have to play like new weird stuff like Tobias Beckett. But, you know, like playing new weird stuff like Tobias Beckett rules. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. I've got 2 more videos that I'm hoping to get done soon. I still haven't forgotten that I want to do my baby beginner deck pod budget videos. We'll talk about that more some other time. So we got lots of stuff in the works. Thanks for bearing with me, y'all. I needed a couple of weeks not doing any videos because I've just been busy enjoying playing this game and just generally like living life and vibing. So that's gonna do it from me for this video. Until the next one, let's do this again sometime.